Hey, what's up, good people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. Also, hit that post notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Be careful down in the comment section of the videos. A lot of spam, a lot of scammers. I will never ask you to contact me by WhatsApp or Telegram. I also do not invest money for my subscribers, so please be careful. Don't get yourself scammed. If you want to follow me when I'm not on YouTube, do me a big favor. Get down in the description box, click on that Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor Instagram link, and give me a follow. And then send me a DM to let me know that you're rocking with me so that I can say thank you. Guys, I'm still on the move, so I apologize. I'm not in a $10 trillion studio. I'm at an undisclosed location, which I will fill you guys in on next week. But for now, I'm having to do what I need to do in order to get this live stream going and get this video out. So apologize again for not being in a place where I can give you a little bit better background. But having said that, y'all know me. I'm grinding 365 days a year. I don't take no days off. I don't care what I'm doing. I don't take no days off. And so today is no exception, right? I'm gonna make it work. I apologize again for any background noise, but I am in a public place, so unfortunately I can't muffle out what's going on around me. But that's okay. As long as you guys get what I'm trying to get across today, that's the most important thing. Do me a big favor, guys. Head over to my website, www.richardfain.net. Second link down in the description box. Head over to the website and go check out those fantastic digital products that I've handpicked to help you guys collapse time frames and get to your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Also, if you don't mind, consider joining the Private Mentorship Club, fastest growing financial community on Patreon. And you can join simply through my website by clicking on the membership button or the join button. And come on over, man. We're having a wonderful time. We got about 800 people over there. And we've been up about 3 months, a little over 3 months, and it's going real well, man. And again, guys, we're not looking for quantity. We're actually looking for quality over there. We're actually looking for people who are trying to use this community, this financial community, to actually build wealth. So that's the whole point of it, right? It's not about having 8,000 people over there, but yet and still no one's really getting any help because it's just disorganized and people just can't follow it. That's not the purpose of it. The purpose of it is to get people over there that actually want to build wealth, and the goal is to help them build wealth. So if you're looking to build wealth and you want help, guys, do me a big favor. Like I said, get yourself over to the Private Mentorship Club and take a look at it. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. I know the people that are already there, who've been rocking with it, are having a great time. So do me that favor, get yourself over to the website and check out the digital products and check out the Private Mentorship Club. Also, last thing, and then we're gonna dive into the topic today. Mumu, my self-directed brokerage app that I'm using over the next 10 years to 6x my net worth. Guys, first link down in the description box. The good folks at Mumu got a wonderful offer for you. And that offer is this. If you decide to go ahead and open a Mumu brokerage account, they're gonna give you up to 20 free stocks. Those 20 free stocks can be valued anywhere from $2 per stock up to $2,000 per stock. Now, I don't know what you're going to get because it's a random situation that they use to give you the stock. But at the end of the day, man, you're going to get instant net worth by just signing up and trying out the Mumu brokerage app. Like I said, that's the first link down in the description box. Now, how do you qualify for the free stocks? Well, if you deposit $100 in your new Mumu brokerage account, when you initially open it, you deposit $100, you get 8 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000 when you initially open the account, you get 20 free stocks. Yeah, you get 20 free stocks. So listen, man, if you want to change something in your life, that's what we're going to be talking about today. If you want to change something in your life, you're gonna change it, right? That's if you want to change something in your life, you're going to change it. And I think you got a great opportunity to do that, guys. So here's the thing. Get down in the description box. Go try out that Mumu brokerage app. And for those of you that try it out and well, let's put it this way. Those of you who open the Mumu brokerage account and you want to go ahead and learn how to use the brokerage app. Let's say you're not familiar with using brokerage apps. Then all you got to do is send me an email, right? Send me an email through the website, www.richardfain.net. Send me an email through the website and let me know you've opened the Mumu brokerage account and you want to go ahead and get the tutorial videos to help you learn how to use the app. Then I'll send you that. It's pretty simple, guys. That's all you got to do is let me know you've opened the Mumu brokerage account, you funded it, and now you want to learn how to use it so that you can start buying paper assets to build your wealth. And I'll be more than happy to send you those tutorial videos to help you learn how to use the brokerage app. Also, I'll send you a couple of videos that I did talking about the paper assets that I'm buying over the next 10 years to 6x my net worth. I'll send you those as well. That way you got an idea of what I'm buying. So if you want to copy my plan, you certainly can. Now, of course, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't play a financial advisor on YouTube. I have no credentials when it comes to telling people what to do with their money. That's not what I do. What I do on this YouTube channel is I tell you what I do with my money. And I tell you the things that I've done over the last 30 years to build wealth. And I tell you things that can help you build wealth if you want to go down that pathway. I give my opinion. That's all it is. It's an opinion based on 30 years worth of experience building wealth. So if you want that opinion, perfect. But I'm not a financial advisor. I just want to correct that and make sure no one misunderstands that. All right. So again, guys, check the website out. Check out the Mumu link. Follow me on Instagram. All right, let's keep moving. Let's talk about this concept of why living like you're poor is important. Let's talk about that. Now, I ran across a really interesting article on Yahoo Finance. So Yahoo Finance, I love Yahoo Finance. I use Yahoo Finance all the time when I'm researching stocks, I'm researching ETFs, and I'm researching just in general how to build wealth, how to change the way I think so that I'm better with money, how to change the way I think so that I'm better with talking with people about money. And Yahoo Finance is real good for that. So I ran across an article that I thought was a pretty good article. And it talked about this whole concept of why it's important to look poor, why it's important to live like you're poor. And it was fascinating, and I thought I wanted to share it with you guys. So here it is right here. We're going to go through it. And then obviously, like I normally do, I'm going to give you guys my commentary as I go through the article. But I think it's a really well put together article. For many, being rich, aka wealthy, is driving an expensive car, wearing designer clothes, and toting a brand name bag, right? So what they did was they went in and they talked to a few people, interviewed a few people, and talked to them about this whole concept of, why would why looking poor and living like you're poor is essential to building wealth. And then they came up with 4 reasons why it's important to look like you're poor, why it's important to live like you're poor in order to build wealth, right? And again, guys, this is just one opinion. People can build wealth however they want to build it. But I thought this was fascinating, and it resonated with me because during my journey, I can see myself going through these 4 steps, right? So step 1, ends permanent dissatisfaction. Ends permanent dissatisfaction. So living like you're poor, looking like you're poor, ends permanent dissatisfaction. What do they mean by that? Let me walk you through it. I thought this was fascinating. Everyone strives to improve their life and finances, but often this creates a cycle of dissatisfaction. Have you guys ever felt that way? That you're simply going to work every day to buy things that you think will make you happy, but ultimately they don't make you happy. Have anybody else ever felt that way? I know I have. I felt that way. I got excited about this new watch. I get the watch. I play around with the watch for a few weeks, and then all of a sudden, the joy is gone. And I look at the watch and I'm like, why did I even buy that thing? Right? Have you ever been there when you bought something that made you all tingly inside for a few minutes, and then all of a sudden when that tingly wore off, you ask yourself, why did I spend this money on this item? That's what this thing here is talking about, this ends permanent dissatisfaction. Because ultimately, buying things to make us happy, we ultimately figure out at some point in our life, whether it's sooner or later in life, we figure out things don't make us happy, right? Okay, so let's keep moving. Everyone strives to improve their life and finances, but often this creates a cycle of dissatisfaction. Your life improves when you get a raise, a promotion, a nicer car, a move into a better neighborhood. This is the trap of the 1%, right? This is the trap of the matrix. This is what they want you to go through your life thinking, that this is what wealth is all about. This is what getting rich is all about, so that you can go buy nicer everything. That's the trap, right? However, you also raise your living standards and make your new desires even more expensive. What do they mean by that? Basically this: when we're chasing things that we think can make us happy, let's say we start small and then we make one advancement. For a little while, we're happy. But after a minute or two, that one advancement no longer satisfies us. We got to make another advancement. We just got to keep on going up that ladder, higher and higher and higher. What are we searching for? That happiness. We thought we would get this happiness. That's what a lot of people go through life doing, guys. They go from a regular $7,500 car, then they go to a $20,000 car, then they go to a $50,000 car, then they go to a $100,000 car, searching for something, searching for happiness, searching for satisfaction, but they never get it. That's what they're talking about here. They never get it. So no matter how much money or how many purchases you make, your happiness doesn't change noticeably because you quickly adapt to your new level of wealth. That's exactly that's where the dissatisfaction is, guys. We got to understand that's where the dissatisfaction, this ends permanent dissatisfaction. So living like you're poor, looking like you're poor, ends that dissatisfaction you get every time you hit a hurdle or every time you step up the ladder. Every time I get a bigger and more expensive car, every time I get designer clothes, designer handbags, every time I take this exotic trip, right? We're chasing something. But if we mentally change the programming in our filter system, those types of things, we stop looking for satisfaction in. We stop looking for happiness in. So living like you're poor, looking like you're poor simply means you give up this notion that things will make you happy. That's what they're basically saying here in step one, right? So I thought that was pretty good, right? I thought that was a pretty good analogy there. So here we go. No matter how much money or many purchases you make, your happiness doesn't change noticeably because you quickly adapt to new level of wealth. Think about this example right here. When you're purchasing a new smartphone, initially you'll get excited to try out that latest feature and post clearer videos on social media, but that rush doesn't last long. Once that brand advertises the newest model, you begin to feel the itch to upgrade. Who's really good at that? Apple. Apple is really good at propagandizing us, right? What does Apple do? Apple comes out with a dang old new iPhone every 6 months, every year. And it ain't no better than the last one, but the propaganda, the advertising they do, they've already conditioned us to think we got to get the biggest and better Apple iPhone. And I'm not just picking on Apple. That's any brand. They do that to us, right? They've programmed us through propaganda, through advertising, that if we don't got the best iPhone or whatever the gadget is, we're behind the 8 ball, right? And that's what they're talking about here. They condition us to believe we gotta have the newest and the greatest. And here's the conditioning. We will go out and work our tails off to try to get it. Chasing what? That satisfaction that we felt when we first got that last item. We're continuously chasing that satisfaction, right? That was a good analogy as well. The cycle extends to nearly everything that we buy, making it a trap that can keep you from building wealth. So ultimately, what does that do? When you're chasing all these things and you're spending all this money on stuff you think is gonna make you happy, ultimately, what does it do? It keeps you poor. It keeps you poor. It keeps you poor, guys. It builds wealth for someone else, but keeps you on that what? That hamster wheel. It keeps you in that rat race longer than you should be in there. And and a lot of people stay in that rat race their entire life, chasing things. So be careful about that, guys. Be careful about number one, right? This whole notion of this permanent satisfaction, right? And why do we want to live like we're poor? Why do we want to look like we're poor? So that we can end permanent dissatisfaction. Because chasing things, guys, will not get you fulfilled. It will not get you to the satisfaction level that you're looking for. It will not make you happy. Let's move on to number two. Number two, maintains your freedom to choose. So living like you're poor, looking like you're poor, maintains your freedom to choose. Here we go. Maintaining a successful looking appearance costs a lot. True, doesn't it? We got to go out and buy 3, 4, 5, 10 suits. If we want to impress corporate America, if we want to look good on social media, maybe that's our brand. We think, hey, we got to be, right? That's for men, women, all the superficial stuff we do for our outside appearance to please others. And that's really what we're trying to do, right? Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it 100. All this outside appearance stuff, guys, is to please others. That's what it is. Let's be honest. All of this money we spend trying to maintain a successful looking appearance costs us money. Ultimately, it costs you wealth. Now, some of you might say, no, don't cost me wealth, Richard, because this is the money I invest in my business. I invest this money in my business. And hey, I'm not knocking that. If you believe your business will prosper because you have a certain outside appearance, hey, you go chase it. Go chase it. I can't knock you for that, but you got to understand this. You got to understand this. Chasing that outward looking appearance, it affects you up here, guys. It'll affect you up here in the filter system, right? So let's keep moving on. Maintaining a successful looking appearance costs a lot. Individuals trying to look rich spend their money on designer clothes, nice cars, and the newest tech. On the outside, they may be the envy of others. So your friends, your family, your co-workers, strangers, oh, look at him or look at her. Look at that beautiful car. Look at that nice watch. Oh my goodness, it's so immaculately groomed. They look so great in it, right? It may get you that. It may get you those types of accolades. So on the outside, they may be the envy of others. However, internally, they could be working a job they hate just to keep up appearances. Think about it, man. I can remember when I was in corporate America and banking, suited up, booted up every day, right? And for a long time, I thought, something? This new suit is going to get me more clients. But then all of a sudden, I switched jobs, still in banking, but the new bank I worked for didn't require me to be suited and booted. One bank required me to be suited and booted every day, and I associated that with me getting more clients and being more successful. And then I go over and transition to another bank. They don't require that. They just require khakis and a polo. The khakis and a polo, I did better business than I did when I was suited and booted. So it just depends up here, guys, right? It's up here a lot of times for us, right? So be careful. Be careful with thinking your outside appearance. You got to spend all of this money trying to appear successful, to appear whatever, rich, wealthy to others. When really the real players, the real market movers, the real shakers, they don't really look at all that. They look at how can you help them continue to multiply their wealth. That's what I found out. The people with the real wealth, guys, they don't associate you suited and booted and made all up and coming up in a fancy car. A lot of times they hold that against you. People with real wealth, they'll hold that against you. So just be careful. All I'm saying, just be careful of that outside appearance, right? Just be careful. However, when happiness didn't follow, so they're talking about one of the people that they interviewed. This person says she admits that she used to have the mode of thinking most of her income went into showing others how successful she was, and she expected happiness to follow suit. However, when happiness didn't follow, she dropped her spending to almost nothing over several months. So this was a corporate person that they were interviewing, and she would spend all of her money on this outside appearance stuff because she thought, I'm going to be more successful at my job. But honestly, it didn't happen, and it made her miserable. Plus, she was struggling financially because she was spending all of her money trying to impress other people. Then she realized, something? I'm just let my skill do the talking for me. Not my clothes, not the Gucci handbags, not the car I drive up in, but my skill set. Let me let that speak for me. Let me give all of this up. And that's what she did. And she found more success. Plus, she was able to take this money that she was spending on all this external stuff, this outward stuff, and she was starting to put that money in stuff that can multiply it for her. So be careful, guys, with thinking your outside appearance has a lot to do with you being successful. Now, don't get me wrong. Depending upon what industry you're in, now if you feel like, hey, I'm a social media influencer, I'm a person that people look to for fashion advice and all that stuff, that's different. I'm just talking about the normal everyday person who's out here working, thinking they got to do all of this stuff, when really that's not enhancing the skill set. It's not really moving the needle for them. Only thing it's doing is taking money out of their pocket and making somebody else wealthy. So be careful of that. So this person instead diverted that money towards education. So this is what she did instead of spending the money on that outside appearance stuff. However, when happiness didn't follow, she dropped her spending to almost nothing over several months. She instead diverted that money towards education, learning, and new skills. Because of this, she built up her financial security, left her job to pursue her passion, and started traveling whenever she wanted. So what this person did was she stopped worrying about that outside appearance, stopped trying to basically keep up with what everybody else was trying to do. She decided to say, something, I'm gonna take this money and I'm gonna put this money back into investing in myself through education, through a new skill set, And then she took that new skill set and did what? Created income from that new skill set sufficient enough where she could walk away from her corporate job. That's what she did. Now, guys, listen, that's pretty powerful there. That's a pretty powerful statement by this person. Having been on both sides of the equation, she said, the feeling of freedom far exceeds the feeling of buying something new. If you've been rocking with me for a minute, you guys know I often talk about freedom or things. You got to choose freedom or things. This lady decided to choose freedom over things. You got to ask yourself that question, guys. What would you choose? What are you going to choose going forward? Freedom or things? It's up to you, man. I'm just trying to give you some information here to help you make a better financial decision going forward. I don't care if you're 18 or 80. You can change if you want to. If you want to. So, having been on both sides of the equation, she says the feeling of freedom far exceeds the feeling of buying something new. She recommends earning money first and investing it towards freedom. Then spend any leftover money on other things. That's another thing that I really strongly advise. You pay yourself first. Any money that you make, you pay yourself first. How do you do that? You take 20%, 30%, 40%, 50% of the money that you make and you invest it in your future through multiplying your wealth. That's how you pay yourself first, guys. You don't pay yourself first by going to the mall and buying a new outfit. You don't pay yourself first treating yourself to some luxury travel when you got no retirement savings, when you got no net worth, when you're living paycheck to paycheck, when you got high interest rate credit card debt. No. You don't take that money and go get further in debt. You take that money and you invest it in yourself. You invest it in assets to multiply your wealth. That's what this lady did. That's what I did for many years, 30 years. I've done that. So I can certainly understand where she's coming from. Keeping up with the Joneses is stressful, right? Keeping up with the Joneses is stressful. She refers to a study by an American Psychological Association, APA, that found 72% of Americans felt stressed about money at some point in the prior month. Check that out. 72% of Americans felt stressed about money in the prior month. That's a huge figure, guys. That's a lot of stress in our country. A different report, let's move on here. When you spend your money on expensive cars or homes that require 40% of your take-home pay, you must continuously work to afford them. Y'all know I talk about this a lot, guys. Taking your money, especially homes. Homes are the ones that really get you, right? People will do everything they can to buy this house. I mean, they stretch it. They stretch the budget as far as the bank will let them stretch it to get a loan. They buy this house, and then all of a sudden, this house is taking 40, 50% of their take-home pay. Because you got the mortgage payment, you got the taxes, you got the insurance, and then you got the repair and maintenance. So you got these four things that are wiping out your budget. You don't got money to invest. You got money to do nothing else. All of your money is going into this house that's a dead asset that puts no money in your pocket. It only takes money out of your pocket. That's what she's talking about. And then when you throw a car in there, you got the house and the car. You throw that together. Now you're talking about 60 to 70% of your income is going to pay for, service the debt on a house and a car. And that's how most people live for most of their highest earning years. That's how they live. The more money they make, the bigger house they buy, the more expensive car they buy. And the more those two things take from their cash flow. Crazy, but it's true. Crazy, but it's true. So when you spend your money on expensive cars and homes that require 40% of your take-home pay, you must continuously work to afford them. Upgrading to a better vehicle or home also comes with higher maintenance costs, creating more financial obligations and anxiety. Choices like these keep you stuck in survival mode and struggling with your finances. What do you think, guys? I think she's true. I think she's pretty dead on and accurate, if you ask me. I was there, man. When I was 26 years old, I was there. I was in the same situation, right? Looking at outwardly things, thinking that they would make me happy. Chasing outwardly things, thinking they're going to make me happy. When all along, it was internal that I should have been trying to fix. Not the external, but the internal is what I should have been trying to fix. But I was too busy trying to fix the external. Right? Keeping up with the Joneses, wanting people to think I'm successful, wanting people to think, hey man, he didn't make it in football, but he's still good, he's still living real good. That's what I got caught up in. So I know the feeling that you guys are going through, some of you. But the good news is you can change that today. But it's up to you, right? It's up to you to change that today. She explains creating a gap between your income and your expenses is the best way out of survival mode. She said that's the best way out of survival mode. So that's the best way, basically, out of survival mode, right? Is to have a gap between your expenses and your income. That's the best way. What do you guys think about that? I just want to get you guys. Here we go. Right? That's the what is the best way to take yourself out of survival mode, which is number 3. That's the number 3 thing, right? So looking poor, living poor takes you out of survival mode. That is the third thing that looking poor and living poor does for you. It takes you out of survival mode. Number 2, we already talked about, which is it helps you maintain your freedom to choose, right? It helps you maintain your freedom to choose. And then number 1 thing that it helps you do is it helps you end permanent dissatisfaction. So living poor, looking poor helps you end permanent dissatisfaction, helps you maintain your freedom to choose, and then it takes you out of survival mode, which is basically keeping up with the Joneses, right? And we talked about the 72% of Americans who are struggling with their finances in the prior month. Struggling with money. 72% of Americans, guys. That's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It is crazy. So she also goes on in this takes you out of survival mode. She also talks about. She also explains that creating a gap between your income and your expenses is the best way out of survival mode. She says that's the best way out of survival mode, is to create a gap between your expenses and your income. What do we call that in our 4 principles, our 4 financial principles? We call that living on a plan. See, the first financial principle in those 4 is live on less than what you make. Second one is live on a plan, which is a financial budget. That's all she's talking about here, guys. Creating a gap between your income and your expenses. That is a budget, right? That's being a better manager of your money. So here you go. She explains that creating a gap between your income and your expenses is the best way out of survival mode. Working to increase your income and decrease spending brings more freedom, peace of mind, and flexibility in your finances and life. She is so true about that, guys. Think about it. The more income I can make with less expenses gives me more money to invest so that I can build wealth. And wealth gives me freedom. Wealth gives me more time. Wealth provides me more choices. I tell you that all the time, guys. The things we should be chasing, the reason we should be building wealth is not for things. We should be building wealth because we want more freedom, we want more time, and we want to have more choices. That's what this lady is saying right here in a nutshell. Create a gap between your income and your expenses. And it will create more freedom, peace of mind, and flexibility in your finances and life. She also talks about this this method. It's called the KonMari method, made famous by Marie Kondo. Emphasizes only keeping things that spark joy in your life. Right? By doing this, you're not only clearing out clutter you don't need, but you're also creating space for mental clarity. I oftentimes tell you guys to go through your house, your attic, your garage, your basement, your storage units, and take all of that crap and sell it. Get rid of it. It's only cluttering up your life, guys. Right? It's only cluttering up your life. Get rid of all that stuff. Donate it to somebody, whatever charity of your choice. Sell it online. Take that money, pay off credit card debt, whatever. Take that money and invest it. But get it out of your life. Too much clutter, guys. Too much clutter, guys. It creates lack of mental clarity. It creates lack of mental clarity. In a financial context, the KonMari method reduces your need to buy things and simultaneously provides you with peace of mind with less stress over finances. Excuse me. So there you go. We talked about three things that living poor, looking poor will get you out of. We already talked about three. Last one. Here's the last one, that looking poor, living poor, it allows you to live authentically. It allows you to be the real you without pretending. It allows you to be you, guys. I thought that one for me, excuse me, I thought that one for me was the most important one, right? It allows you to live authentically. I live authentically right now, guys. Why am I able to do that? Because I have financial freedom. I have assets that are sufficient enough to take care of me. So therefore, I don't have to conform to what my boss at the job may want me to conform to. I don't have to conform to what social media believes I need to conform to because, hey, social media pays me. They watch my videos and that's how I get paid. So whatever social media tell me I need to do, I got to do it. No, I don't do any of that. I don't have to do it now. Number one, I have assets that can take care of me. Number two, I got a skill set that I can make money until I just don't have it up here anymore. I can make money with my skill set anywhere in the world. And I can look anywhere I want to look. Y'all see how I look every day. I ain't suited and booted. Half of the time I ain't shaved. Raggedy beard. You know, now that might turn some people off, sure. But the people that really, really rock with me, all they care about is, hey man, I just want to hear the word. Show me and help me and give me your opinion on how I can get to that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. I don't care how you come out here. Because one thing you ain't gonna say about me is that I'm not respectful, that I don't take people's feelings in consideration, because I do. I always put people first, money second. Y'all know that. There's a lot of things I could be doing on this YouTube channel that I don't do A lot of things, a lot of little behind the scenes guys. It's a lot of people come to me every day with all different types of pitches to get at you guys. And they're willing to pay me a lot of money to do it just to get access to you. And I won't allow them. I won't allow anybody to get access to my folks because I feel a sense of responsibility if I turn your name and turn y'all over to, you know, wolves in sheep clothing. I'm not going to turn you over to wolves in sheep clothing, but I could, and I can make a lot of money. I don't have to be on here every day, but I choose not to. I choose to give you guys my opinion, and you either take that opinion or you either accept it or you reject it, right? And that's okay. So let's talk about this. Allows you to live more authentically. So living like you're poor, looking like you're poor, will allow you to live more authentically. Money often makes people pretend to be someone they're not. She points out a study found that 25% of Americans, check this out guys, it's gonna be interesting. She looked at a study that points out 25% of Americans pursue romantic relationships for financial reasons. And half of those people fake their financial status to attract others. What do y'all think about that? Drop it down in the comment box. What do y'all think about that? I think that's accurate. Matter of fact, I think that number might be a little bit low. She points out a study that found 25% of Americans pursue romantic relationships for financial reasons, and half of those people fake their financial status to attract others. Wow. Using wealth to attract others is risky because those impressed may only pursue you for materialistic reasons. Relationships based on money typically don't last long and aren't fulfilling. She explains that authenticity is the foundation for a relationship that will last. Staying true to yourself without needing to flaunt your riches is the essence of true wealth. Wealth can provide confidence and security, but you should use it to live authentically instead of wasting it on impressing others. I agree with her 100% about that, guys. She hit that one right on the head. Like I told y'all, that allows you to live more authentically. Now, that doesn't mean if you want to, you don't go out and buy something nice for yourself when you're already at wealth and your wealth can pay for it. But the thing we got to understand is, and I think what I got from this whole thing about living like you're poor, looking like you're poor, what I got from the whole thing was prioritize what's really important in this life to you. And for me, what's most important to me when it comes to my wealth is more time, more freedom, more choices in my life. It's not about the cars. It's not about big houses. It's not about luxury watches. Although I have all those things. It's not about that. Really what it's about is me getting up in the morning, being able to go out and do a 4-mile walk, breathe fresh air, sunshine on this body, that vitamin D, keeping the temple strong through cardio, exercise, and then being able to control 100% of my day. That's the most important thing to me that wealth has provided me, is being able to control 100% of my day. There's not 1 second, guys, out of that 24-hour period that I don't control it. And I would never be able to do that had I not sacrificed in the beginning and followed these 4 steps. Lived like I was poor, looked like I was poor, but not from an outwardly appearance standpoint, guys. Don't miss that. Nobody says you got to be out here, not from an outwardly appearance, but up here. It's your mentality. That's what we're talking about here. We're not talking about your outside appearance that you got to look poor or live poor from an outwardly appearance standpoint. What we're really talking about is your mental outlook on life, your mental outlook on things versus freedom. That's what the whole article really is about. And that's what wealth provides for me. It provides me more time. Matter of fact, I control 100% of my time. It provides me more freedom and choices. Now, a byproduct of the things that are really important to me, those three things, then I also get to do what? Go also pursue personal enjoyment. And personal enjoyment is different from you buying something to make you happy. Personal enjoyment is different than you buying something to make you happy. When I buy a car, I don't buy a car to make me happy. It's part of personal enjoyment. It's enjoyment for me to be able to jump in one of those cars and take them on a nice drive. That is enjoyment. That's not happiness for me. It's enjoyment. Now, some of y'all might say, oh, well, enjoyment is happiness. Well, your definition, hey man, you make whatever definition you want. I'm gonna make whatever definition I want. That's the great news. That's the good thing about this. It's my opinion. This is not a convince you channel. So if you don't believe that, you believe whatever you want. For me, personal enjoyment is separate from happiness. Happiness is me going on a trip with one of my children, or me spending time with a really good friend of mine who I love like a brother, and just breaking bread and making sure he's okay and he's making sure I'm okay. See, that's happiness. That's happiness. Right? When I get on this YouTube channel and I talk about people and how what I did to get to my wealth, and that's helping people, and they email me and say, Richard, hey man, that message you had today, man, it rang the bell. This time I heard the bell. The bell rung loud and clear, and I heard it, and I'm making these changes. See, that's happiness. The cars are not happiness. The house is not happiness. The luxury stuff is not happiness, guys. That's simply personal enjoyment. That's not what makes me happy. What makes me happy are the things that I just told you that have nothing to do with money, other than they give me more freedom, they give me more time, and they give me more choices. So guys, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Now that you've heard the word, what are you gonna do? Now that you got these four things, right? That living poor, looking poor, four things can help you get rid of. It can help you get rid of these four things. Ends permanent dissatisfaction, maintains your freedom to choose, takes you out of survival mode. That's number 3. And then number 4, allows you to live authentically. That's what living like you're poor, looking like you're poor, does for you. And hey guys, again, it ain't the outwardly, what you mean I gotta live like I'm poor? I don't want it. You missed the whole point. It's up here. It's between the 2 ears. It's mentality. It's what you do with your money. It's what you place value in. If you place value in buying things above your freedom, that's a problem. If you place things above your freedom, if you value you going out buying a Gucci handbag more than you being able to have freedom in your life where you can spend time with family and friends and do the things that are most important to you without having to worry about how you're going to pay for your lifestyle. If buying a Gucci bag is more important to you than that, you need to read this article about 100 times until the bell rings, because you're missing it. You're going to get to the end of your life and you're going to have a lot of regrets. You're going to get to the end of your life and you're going to have a lot of regrets. Yep, you might have a lot of things, but there ain't nobody going to remember those things. You ain't gonna remember those things. What you're gonna want to remember when you look back on your life, at least for me, what I want to remember when I look back on my life, I want to think about the people I impacted. I want to think about the people I've helped. I want to think about the relationships that I had. I want to think about my children and how we impacted each other's lives. Those things are priceless, guys. Can't put a price tag on. You can sit right here and chase all this external crap if you want to. You're gonna be empty. You can get around here and get with these people who want you for your wealth or your good job. If that's how you attract them, think about it, guys. You already know in the United States, 50% of marriages end in divorce because of finances. Go look the statistic up. Say, I'm not lying to you. 50% of marriages end because of financial stress. Second marriages, it goes up to 70%. It's a problem because we live in the now. We live in the instant gratification. We live in the, I deserve it right now. I don't want to wait no 10 years. I want to get me a BMW right now. I don't want to wait no 10 years to take my trip around the world. I want right now. Matter of fact, I want to take one every 2 years. This is what we live in, guys. So therefore, this living like you're poor, looking like you're poor, from a mental standpoint is a very good concept. It's a very good concept. Because, you know, about a year ago, I ran across the same type of subject, and I did a live stream on it, and I think I missed it. I thought, you don't have to live like you're poor. You don't have to live like you don't have to look like you're poor. I think I missed it. But the second time around, I said, no, I think I missed something 10 months ago when I did the live stream on this. Let me retouch this again because I think I missed something. This is the real truth here. And when I read through that Yahoo article, I said, yeah, this is the real deal here. This is good stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and talk to my folks about this because I want them to be chasing the right things. And what you should be chasing, in my opinion, is more time, more freedom, and more choices. And you should be looking for priceless moments in life. Moments that you can't put a price tag on. That's what you should be chasing. Look for those moments that you can't put a price tag on. It's priceless. That's what you got to be chasing, guys. Use this wealth to go chase those things. But you got to build the wealth. And how do you do that? Exactly what we talked about here. That gap between your income and your expenses. That's where the wealth is built, guys. That gap between that income and those expenses. You got to make more income, less expenses, and you take that money in the middle and you plow it into traditional investing where you buy and hold long-term, great investments through paper assets, real estate for income, and businesses. You just do that over and over and over and over, and you'll get to your wealth. It's proven. But you're going to have to develop patience. You're going to have to develop consistency. And you're going to have to develop some discipline. These three things they're not going to teach you in the Matrix. In the Matrix, they're not going to run this article to you. You're not going to see this in the Matrix. I don't know how it ended up in Yahoo Finance. Because Yahoo Finance is controlled by the 1%, but they let this one slip in some kind of way. Somebody going to get fired over this article at Yahoo Finance, I promise you. I guarantee you somebody at Yahoo Finance is going to get fired behind this article because this is not what they want you to read. Not in the Matrix. They don't want you to read this. They don't. They want you to live inauthentic, if that's a word. They want you to live inauthentic, right? They don't want you living in survival mode. I'm sorry, they want you living in survival mode. I'm sorry. They want you to live in survival mode, right? They don't want you to get freedom and choices. Nope, they don't. And they want you to be permanently dissatisfied so that you're always chasing the next big thing. Oh, that iPhone 15, I ain't happy with that no more. Give me the 16. I ain't happy with that 16. Give me the 17. And in essence, it's the same phone. It's the same phone, guys. Y'all know that. Deep down inside, y'all know these the same phone Apple been peddling for. But I get it. Mentally, they've tricked us. The propaganda, they propagandized us through the media, and they do it through these phones because they know everything you're saying in these phones, right? They know everything you're talking about, everything. Oh, they know all your wants and desires. The phone, it records everything, it's tracking everything, it tells them exactly where you're at. You can't hide nothing from the phone. Why do you think when the police catch bad guys, the first thing they get is the phone? You know why? Because the phone gonna tell them everything they need to know. Because the bad guy got a cell phone. They catch the bad guy, the first thing they go to is the phone. And the phone tell them everything. You think you done deleted everything. You ain't deleted nothing. Trust me, guys. Y'all think y'all be deleting these pictures and all this other crazy stuff? Y'all, They got all that stuff on a hard drive in the cloud somewhere, waiting on law enforcement to come get you. I know I'm off subject. Let's get back on subject. I'm sorry. I got off subject. But my goal here is today was to just drop a little knowledge on you from a wonderful article that I read in Yahoo. And I think somebody gonna get fired behind this article because they don't want y'all to know this. But it slipped out. Somebody slipped it in there, so I had to give it to you. And why living poor is the key to better wealth. What do you think? Drop it down in the comment box and let me know what you think about the concept of why looking poor, why living like you're poor is the key to better wealth. And we're talking about mentality. We're not talking about physically living that way, but mentality. What you do with your money. That's what we're really talking about. Guys, drop it down in the comment box. Let me know what you think. And also do me a big favor before we get out of here, because I'm going to let y'all go and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And I'm going to go enjoy the rest of mine, right? Like I said, I'm in an undisclosed location, which I'll let you guys know next week. But here's what I'm saying. Do me a big favor. Think about this. Give this some thought today. And if you're serious about it, do me a big favor. Send me an email and ask me for the article. I'm not going to put it in the comment box. Not the comment box, but the description box. I want y'all to make a conscious decision to email me and say, Richard, send me that article. Do that. You can do it through my website, www.richardfain.net. Let me see how many people will send me an email asking for this article so that they can continue to read through it and get this. I didn't even do the article justice, guys. There's some meat and potatoes in here if you really think about it. I'm going to see who is willing to change something in their life today. Send me that email and I'm going to send you this article. By the way, while you're on the website, please check out them digital products. They're going to help you change something in your financial life, guys. This article right here, along with those digital products, you can't beat that combo. You can't beat that combo. And then on top of that, join the private mentorship club, fastest growing financial community on Patreon. Right? Yeah, you can join through my website. Second link down in the description box. www.richardfain.net. Last thing, we're going to get out of here. Mumu. Listen, guys, if you want to be able to buy paper assets to change something in your financial life, hey, I got a wonderful self-directed brokerage app that I use, and it's called Mumu. Go down to the description box, click on that Mumu link, first link, and they're going to give you up to 20 free stocks when you open your Mumu brokerage account. You put money in it, they're going to give you up to 20 free stocks. Now, what qualify you for the 20 free stocks? Here's the breakdown. If you put $100 in your new Mumu brokerage account, they're going to give you 8 free stocks. If you put $1,000 in your Mumu brokerage account, they're going to give you 20 free stocks of publicly traded companies. Now, here are 3 features that I think you need to hang your hat on when you're thinking about a brokerage app. And Mumu provides these 3, and then we're going to get out of here. Number 1, fractional share trading. That's the number one feature that I love about the Mumu brokerage app. I can take all of my money that I want to invest, whether I'm doing individual stocks or ETFs, and I can put all of that money in that ETF or that individual stock. Even if I don't have enough left over to buy a whole share, I can buy a fractional share. So if I got $500 to invest, I know all $500 is going to be invested, not $50, $75, $80 sitting on the sideline because I don't have enough to buy an extra whole share. I can just get it in through fractional shares. So I love that feature. Second feature I love is DRIP, right? And that's dividend reinvestment program, whereby the good folks at Mumu will automatically take your dividends that you get from individual stocks and ETFs, if they give off dividends, and they will automatically reinvest that back into buying more shares of that individual stock or that ETF. That's DRIP, right? Dividend reinvestment program. They'll automate that for you through the Mumu brokerage app. I take advantage of that right now. And then the third one is automatic investment program. And that's whereby you will go in on the Mumu brokerage app and automate your investment activities. For example, let's say I wanted to invest $1,000 a month in the Magnificent Seven, which I do. I can go into the Mumu brokerage app and I can say, well, okay, I want these 7 stocks purchased on this specific day of the month, and this is how much I want to go in each one of them. I can set that up and forget about it, and Mumu brokerage app will automatically invest that amount of money in all 7 of the Magnificent 7 stocks every month until I turn it off. Now, my responsibility is I got to make sure I have money in my brokerage account to be able to do that. But you can do that, and you can automate the process. Those are the 3 features that I love. There are many more. My recommendation is get down in the description box, click on the Mumu link, sign up today, put your either $100 in there or $1,000 in there, get your free stock, and then send me an email and say, hey, Richard, I want to learn how to use this brokerage app. Can you send me the tutorial videos for the Mumu brokerage app so that I can learn over the next several days how this thing works, so when my deposit gets in there next week, I'm off to the races. I can start buying paper assets to build my wealth. I can start taking advantage of fractional share trading. I can start taking advantage of DRIP. I can start taking advantage of AIP, which is automatic investment program. I can take advantage of and the many other things that you can take advantage of on their platform. So, hey man, if you want to rock with me, get down in the description box, click on that Mumu link, go get that free stock, go get that free money. Do me one last big favor, get down to the description box, click on that Instagram link, Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor Instagram link. Click on that Instagram link and give me a follow on Instagram if you don't mind, guys. I really would appreciate that. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. And you guys know, I'll see you guys tomorrow at, it's going to be a little later live stream tomorrow. It'll probably be about 6 p.m. tomorrow on the live stream. I'll probably put up an edited video in the morning, and then I'll hit a live stream in the evening. So be looking out for a 6 p.m. live stream on Monday, July 29th. Don't forget, get yourself prepared today, ready for another investing week. We may have some great companies and great ETFs on sale. The sale may continue through next week. So be prepared. Make sure you got your money in your brokerage account. Hopefully it's a Mumu brokerage account, ready to rock and roll, and get ready to take advantage of wealth building. We build wealth in the red, and we collect our wealth in the green. So build wealth in the red, collect wealth in the green. So make sure you're ready for that next week, and you got your money in your brokerage accounts and you're locked and loaded, because we may still have some items on sale next week. And man, it's been a great 2 weeks to build wealth in the red. I've been buying some great assets, guys. Big boy blue chip. So, hey, I'm going to hold them. And then at some point, I collect my wealth when it goes green, right? So, all right, man. Lock it in with a thumbs up before y'all get out of here. Like I said, y'all have a rest of a wonderful Sunday. And I'll talk to you guys later. Thoughts become things. See it in your mind. Hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. Stay healthy, get wealthy. And I'm going to catch you on the next video. Peace.